Garden tour, July 28th, 2025. So it's late July. It's been a beautiful summer, pretty warm, a little dry, not too bad. As you can see here, the cover crop that I knocked down is still under the tarp. You know, it's on the priority list, but it hasn't made it to the top yet. Sometime soon, in the next few weeks, hopefully, I'll pull this back, chop all the hay out, and bag it up, save it for garlic this fall, save it for mulching my garlic, which will probably actually go back here at the top edge of the garden, which is where it started originally. And then a couple years ago I moved it down there. You'll see that as we get down there. I've harvested about half of the garlic so far. The rest of it needs to come out soon. You know, it's on the list, just like a lot of things. Anyways, here's the echinacea that I planted a couple, maybe last year, maybe the year before. It's flowering, looking beautiful. My mom came out here and put this little wire support around it, which it's already tipping over. So maybe we'll have to adjust that. This bed here, I planted lettuce in, or seeded lettuce about halfway down with the 6-row seeder. Oh, I don't know if it was last week or the week before. And I was a little frustrated because I wasn't seeing any germination yet. But come to find out, I don't believe my irrigation was working properly and wasn't hitting this, because I recognized that a couple days ago and actually changed, you know, straightened it out, and I think I'm getting germination now. So, you know, I think it's going to come along. It's just not going to be as fast as I would have liked it. So, you know, maybe I'll have a blip in my lettuce production, but maybe I'll get lucky and won't. So we'll see. Anyways, this bed here is corn that I direct seeded, and I've also stuck in, I think, some summer squash, some pumpkins, and actually last week I stuck in a planting of scallions, because my previous planting is just about to run out. So, you know, I've also got some, I think that's probably pumpkins over there. This bed here is corn that I transplanted, I believe. Yep. And that's actually, oops, something dug up one of my corn. I don't really appreciate that, but anyway. So there's corn with some pumpkin and squash and watermelon in between it. And down here at this end of the bed, I've got cantaloupe in between it. This next bed, this will be the first full-blown week of production. You can see there's a bunch of yellow zucchini in there. Here's my second planting of beets that I crammed in there. That, you know, they're getting bigger, but they're not going to love this shade from these leaves, so I might have to prune those back this week. I've also got some parsley that's maturing that I stuck in there because I just had to find somewhere to put it at the time. This plant is dead. I'll pull that. Probably squash vine borer. I've had a few of those. I've caught a few of them. A few of them slipped through. You can see here some big zucchini. That'll come with me. Actually, probably should have got that a little earlier, but it is what it is. This is my original direct seeding of corn. That's getting taller. You know, you can see some more parsley here. I've got my last planting of radishes there. I might be able to squeak out a few bunches out of that this week. There's some marigolds I stuck in here just to, you know, deter these little pricks right here. Excuse my language, but squash bugs are here. We've got some other various squash up here. Oh, I think it's a mixture of butternut, some pumpkins. You know, you can see here is the beginning of my beets, which are not as big up here as they are down there. But again, I think the sprinkler was not hitting these upper beds very well, unfortunately. But I think I've straightened it out now, so maybe they'll come along. I've also got, you know, direct seeded corn in there. Got some okra here at the top of the bed, which is still puny. Some more okra at the top of that bed, some more okra at the top of that bed. This here is red, I can't remember the official name of it. Obviously a red amaranth. I did not plant this. There was some here last year, so I'm assuming, you know, volunteers. Here are some shishito peppers interplanted with some cucumbers. And then we come down to, oh, actually we've got my bush tomatoes over here. Don't see any blushing of those tomatoes yet. Should be any time now. Maybe there's a little something in there. And now here we are in the tomato tunnel. We've got some kale that's feeding the one of those cabbage beetles. I think I'm gonna offer them a little BT today. We'll see. You know, you can see we've got some cherries that are ready, sun golds. It's cherry tomato season. Some more kale in between. Here's my larger slicer style. Got some various tomatoes in here, some beefsteaks, some Paul Robesons, some early girls. So those will be coming along here soon. Here's some more cherries. Got to do some pruning in here. Some more kale that the cabbage bugs are loving, or cabbage worms, moths. This one, unfortunately, snapped over in the wind or something, so it looks like it's not going to make it. So by the end of the day, I'll make that decision, and I've got some replacements. You know, I'll probably just stick in there. There is this right here is a ground cherry that I think it volunteered. May have had some in this area last year. What else? We've got some collards there that are getting demolished by, you know, cabbage worms / flea beetles. They'll probably get the old BT today. Here's black-eyed Susan vine. I'm hoping they just grows up the trellis there. Here is this was one of my original lettuce plantings here. I have since, these wild strawberries kind of creeped up in here and I let them go. I have since replaced it with, I think I've got a mixture of bell peppers, multicolored bells, and shishitos in here. I've also got my next planting of radishes in here, which is getting annihilated by the flea beetles, but maybe I'll get something out of it. I've got the one thing I forgot to get earlier in the year, some jalapeno seedlings. I usually just buy 5 or 6, I don't need that many. But I stumbled upon some last week, so I stuck those in here. I mean, they've already got peppers on them. Hopefully they take off now that they get their freedom and they produce even more. Here's some more zucchini. Look at this sucker. It's a multicolored. There's some more summer squash and zucchini at the top of this bed. They were planted at various times, so they'll come along. Here's my second carrot planting. Stuck some lettuce seedlings in there. It looks like they're going to bolt, so I won't get anything out of those, but I think I'm going to get some carrots out of this bed this week, so that'll be nice. This bed here was my second lettuce planting. I just weed whacked that down yesterday, raked it off. Hopefully, if I get time today, I will recompost that and plant some of the seedlings that I have left in that bed. This bed here is red onions and celery. The red onions are starting to size up. This bed here, I can't remember what I planted here. Probably carrots, I think. Yeah, I think it's carrots. Looks like I've also got a cuke in the mix. Got some cukes that I stuck in this bed. Oh, there we go. Some of the first cukes of the year right there.